Shocking changes in 2025. These 10 countries are backing away from India, and the reasons might surprise you. Is it politics, safety, or something else? Let's uncover the truth. Welcome to the channel where we dive into global trends that impact travel, diplomacy, and people's lives. In today's video, we'll look at the top 10 countries that are pulling back from travel to India in 2025. Whether it's due to visa restrictions, diplomatic tensions, rising safety concerns, or economic shifts, these countries are seeing a noticeable drop in travel interest toward India. So let's explore who's backing away and why. Number 10. Israel. Israel, despite strong bilateral ties with India, adopts a cautious approach to travel due to terrorism risks and regional instability in areas like Jammu and Kashmir and border regions. Israeli travelers, highly attuned to security concerns, may avoid India due to warnings about violence and crime in tourist areas. India's appeal as a spiritual and cultural destination persists, but safety considerations take precedence, leading many to choose destinations with lower risks. Business travel could also decline as companies prioritize employee safety. Israel's focus on regional security and its citizens' risk-averse travel habits contribute to a reduction in tourism to India, favoring more secure alternatives. Number 9. Russia. Russia's focus on domestic challenges, including economic constraints and regional conflicts, reduces enthusiasm for outbound travel to India. Advisories warning of terrorism risks and unrest in areas like Jammu and Kashmir and Manipur further deter Russian tourists. Safety concerns in crowded or tourist-heavy locations add to caution, while India's complex security landscape contrasts with Russian travelers' preferences for stable destinations. Cultural and historical ties between the two nations may draw some visitors, but broader geopolitical and economic pressures limit travel. Russians are likely to prioritize domestic or nearby destinations, contributing to a decline in tourism to India amid heightened risk perceptions. Number 8. China. China's outbound tourism faces constraints due to economic challenges, with many citizens favoring domestic travel over international trips. India's travel advisories for border areas and risks of terrorism in regions like Jammu and Kashmir further discourage Chinese visitors. Concerns about safety in crowded tourist spots and potential for unrest add to hesitancy. Despite India's proximity and cultural allure, economic priorities and security perceptions limit travel interest. Chinese tourists, once a growing segment for India, may opt for destinations with fewer risks or stay within China, leading to a significant reduction in travel as both economic and safety factors shape decision-making. Number 7. Japan. Japan, known for its high safety standards, likely views India with caution due to risks of terrorism, crime, and regional instability in areas like Jammu and Kashmir and border zones. Japanese travelers, who prioritize secure destinations, may find India's safety challenges a deterrent, particularly with advisories warning of dangers in public spaces. Cultural curiosity about India persists, but concerns over unpredictable events like protests or violence lead many to choose alternative destinations. Business travel could also decline as companies adhere to safety protocols. Japan's risk-averse travel culture contributes to a reduction in visitors to India, as safer and more stable locations gain preference among tourists. Number 6. France. France, a leading source of global tourists, likely issues cautions for India similar to other Western nations, focusing on terrorism risks and regional unrest in areas like Jammu and Kashmir and Manipur. French travelers, sensitive to safety advisories, may reconsider trips due to concerns about violence and crime in crowded or tourist-heavy areas. India's appeal as a cultural and spiritual destination remains strong, but heightened security risks prompt many to explore safer alternatives. Business and leisure travelers alike face decisions influenced by government warnings, leading to a noticeable decline in French tourism to India as safety perceptions overshadow the country's vibrant attractions and historical significance. Number 5. Germany. Germany, as a major European economy, likely shares concerns similar to other Western nations about travel to India, focusing on risks of terrorism and regional instability. While specific advisories may not be detailed here, Germany's cautious approach to citizen safety emphasizes avoiding high-risk areas like Jammu and Kashmir and border regions. Potential for violent protests and crime in certain areas further discourages travel. German tourists, drawn to India's cultural heritage, may hesitate due to these safety concerns, choosing destinations with more stable environments. Business travel could also see a decline as companies prioritize employee safety, contributing to Germany's reduced travel to India amid heightened risk perceptions. Number 4. Australia. Australia recommends a high degree of caution for travelers to India, citing risks of terrorism, violent protests, and crime, particularly in Jammu and Kashmir, Manipur, and border areas. The government's advisories highlight dangers in public spaces and tourist sites, which may deter Australian visitors. Concerns about regional instability and sporadic violence further reduce travel enthusiasm. Australians, accustomed to stringent safety standards, may prioritize destinations with lower risks, impacting both leisure and business trips. While India's cultural and economic ties with Australia remain strong, the perception of heightened security threats leads to a cautious approach, with many travelers opting for safer alternatives over Indian destinations. Number 3. United States. The United States has issued warnings against travel to Jammu and Kashmir, Manipur, and parts of Central and East India due to terrorism, civil unrest, and high crime rates. The State Department's advisories emphasize risks in crowded areas and at tourist attractions, impacting American perceptions of safety in India. Compared to India's own safety rankings, the U.S. views the country as riskier, which may discourage tourism. Travelers are likely to choose destinations with fewer security concerns, while business and family visits could also decline. Despite India's cultural appeal, these strong advisories and differing safety standards contribute to a notable reduction in U.S. travel interest. Number 2. United Kingdom. The United Kingdom advises against travel to areas near the India-Pakistan border and regions like Jammu and Kashmir, citing risks of terrorism and violent protests. The Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office highlights dangers in crowded places and tourist sites, which may deter British travelers. A recent aviation incident in India has heightened safety concerns, while ongoing regional instability adds to hesitancy. The UK's cautious approach, driven by detailed risk assessments, could lead to fewer tourists visiting India, as travelers prioritize destinations with lower perceived threats. Cultural and historical ties may still draw some visitors, but heightened advisories significantly influence decisions to postpone or redirect travel plans. Number 1. Canada. Canada has issued strong travel advisories urging citizens to avoid regions near the India-Pakistan border due to ongoing security risks, including potential terrorist activities. Tensions between the two nations have fueled anti-Canada sentiment, with protests and negative media portrayals discouraging travel. Canadians are also cautioned about risks of harassment, particularly in politically sensitive areas. These factors, combined with concerns over civil unrest and crime in certain Indian states, make Canada a key country likely to see reduced travel to India. Tourists may opt for safer destinations to avoid unpredictable situations, while diplomatic frictions further dampen enthusiasm for visiting India, impacting both leisure and business travel.